Hello, everyone. Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Well, you get to see me as we're getting ready to craft. Here we go. All right. So welcome to the Artistry Collective's Christmas craft event. Today we are crafting all things Christmas. And it looks like Leah might not be able to join us. So hopefully Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage will still be able to be with us. If not, I'm just going to have some fun working on my fun Christmas kit that I just got from Paula Cheney. And as some of you will know, most of you probably, Paula Cheney works with Tim Holtz. She is a wonderful creative, and I just love her kits. I bought one last year. I bought one this year, and I am going to start doing some of the little pieces to be able to assemble. Now, her kits are massive and wonderful. I love them. Can't say enough about them. So if you don't know who Paula Cheney is, she sends her beautiful little cards here at oneluckyday.net. Hi, Diana. And last year I bought the kit and I put it together with my private group, and we had a lot of fun doing that together. But this year I am going to do it here on YouTube for this year's kit. So we're going to get out some things and start assembling the pieces. And I'm super excited. I hope everyone had a wonderful holiday and got to be with friends and family or people you love. And there we go. So we're going to start using some of these. Now, these are, I don't know, when were these ones made? These ones are from 2018. So I don't know if these are still available in the everyday line. They must be, because Paula was able to get a hold of them. Although Paula has magical powers when she works with Tim Holtz. These are the festive marquee. I believe these are this year. Yes, 2023. So these are still available if you can find them out there in the market. I usually buy a lot of my Tim Holtz goodies from Joann's just because I like to be able to see them before I purchase them. And also, I like to use those coupons. No shame in that, right? Hello, friends. Hello. Okay, so Paula packages all the things in these beautiful little bags and all kinds of fun goodies. I have kind of looked over this. You get this huge packet. Don't let it overwhelm you. You just got to start one step at a time. So today I thought we would work on painting my little soldier and my snowman, and then also painting some of these other little pieces. Now, if you get this kit or any other kit, and maybe you don't want a little soldier, maybe you want to have a Santa instead, you absolutely can do that. So feel free to change things about as you see fit. You definitely can do that. A lot of times I like to get kits in case if I am having, like, you know, crafter's block or whatever you want to call it. Then I can just kind of work on a kit using somebody else's, using somebody else's creative process to get my creative juices flowing. It never fails. I'll go, oh, well, I wish this was this or this was that or whatever. And then I just start changing things around and kind of making it my own, you know, just putting my own little personalizations on it. And there is nothing wrong with that. But the kit does, if you know, you don't feel those creative juices coming, that's okay, because the kit shows you all kinds of good things to do. Let's dump this out. I think this has all my little metal pieces in here. Yes, so it has the star. I don't think I need to paint that one though, but I do need to paint a couple of these bells, I think. And we need to paint this guy and this wreath. So the wreath is right here, and you can see it's got paint on it. Then we've got a little red bell right here. And then this little guy needs to get painted. And somewhere is that, I think that must be a little piece of ephemera right there. Is the box in the picture part of the kit? Is the box in picture part of the kit? All of this is part of the kit. This is the end result. This is what you make. So you get to do this little knob with its little hanger, and then you do these are vignettes. So you get to make all of these little dimensional pieces, and I absolutely love miniatures. So this will be really fun. And then you can see there's a paper information guide with complete photos of everything you're supposed to do. Now see how she has these numbered? That is because there is a photo that goes with every single part of the written, well, typed instructions. So there's also typed instructions. You get photos, typed instructions, and it's a lot. She even tells you to like read the instructions before you start. She includes mini photos because she's a visual learner. And I mean, there's just pages and pages and pages. But like I said, you just got to start somewhere. I usually just kind of dibble dabble around. So we're just going to start with painting today. So she gives also a list of the supplies that you need that are not in the kit. So you'll need some distress paints and collage medium and rock candy glitter, texture paste sparkle, distress paint, distress ink, distress crayon, alcohol ink, blending tool, texture paste, sparkle, distress foundry wax gilded for the Toy Story, or for the toy soldier. Now I don't have that one, but I'm going to use something similar. I have the statue one, so we'll just use that one. I had it laying on its side so it would mix in better there. And then tools, scissors, paper trimmers, steel wool for sanding, blue painter's tape, hand sanitizer, white acrylic paint, glue gun, heat tool, and embossing gun if you're using foundry wax. So, you know, almost everything you need is in this kit, but you do have to still have some basic supplies. And I didn't have some of the exact colors of paint, so I just kind of made it up as I went. I picked a green, I picked a red, I picked a blue, I picked, you know, all the things. So we're just going to go ahead and start painting these little guys. Now, if you maybe don't have distress paint in red, but maybe you want your scarf purple, or you want it whatever color, you can paint that whatever color. You still have the freedom to make it your own, and I think that's awesome. So these ones are supposed to be candied apple, but I have lumberjack plaid, and I really like lumberjack plaid as a Christmas red. So I decided to go with that one. So I'm going to start painting here, and I'm going to paint here. Now we can make his little mittens any color that we want. You can just have fun making it however you would like. So I usually just kind of set the instructions here. You can kind of see my messy desk. And then I kind of work on things here. I'll give this a little shake. I'm going to put some of these things back in this bag so I don't lose them. And, you know, like if you have your own bells that are red and you don't want to paint the bells, swap it out. I might do just that. Just because, however, she does instruct you on how to distress them with steel wool. So I don't know if the other ones will distress as well. But it's always worth a try. Where does this bell go? I don't even know. I can't see it. All right, we'll just put it away for right now. And these, she shows you how to glitter them like Tim did on his Holiday Hoopla Live. Ah, I love this. This is from the Assemblage, his jewelry line. So this is a whole project, a vignette tray project using all Tim Holtz goodies. There is that poinsettia. I knew it was in there somewhere. Piece of chain, all kinds of fun. All right, I'm going to put these bells back in here for now, and we're just going to focus on some of these. Now, these are supposed to be candy apple red, but I am going to do lumberjack plaid. and the color police aren't going to come after me. Because after all, you know, you do buy these kits, but they are there just to guide you along and get you going. So you can still put your own little, you know, your own little touches on them. All right, maybe we should paint green first so I can paint this green, and then I can dab in the red. So let's do, this one is Mowed Lawn, and she said to use Rustic Wilderness. I cannot for the life of me find mine, so I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm just going to use the Mowed Lawn. And I have these dabber tops on these ones, so I'm just going to open it, and we're going to go for it. Now these are distress paints, so if you've never played with distress paint before, they are a little thinner than regular acrylic paints, and that makes them really perfect for painting things like metals and such. And these little metals are perfect to paint. You don't have to be super precise. You can just kind of paint it on there as thick or thin as you would like. And I suppose if you don't want them painted, you could leave them. You could maybe paint just the bow or just the berries, or, you know, however it is that you like. Like I said, the did you follow the kit exactly police aren't coming to get you. So you can still make it your own, or you can have as much fun as you'd like putting these in here. Now we're going to go in with some distress crayon once this dries and kind of grunge it back up, because it's looking very perfect and pretty at the moment, which is great if you like that. I kind of like the grungier looks, so I like to grunge it up a bit. Color this green in here. This definitely, I think I would have liked Rustic Wilderness a lot better, but I can't figure out what I did with it. Which is weird, because I have one place that all of my distress paints are, but maybe I pulled it for a project, kind of like I did this one. You can see this basket here, and I put all of my little paints and things that I plan to use for this project in there. That way they're all kind of in one spot, and when I'm done working on this project for the day, I can just move the basket along. Okay, so there is our green. Oh, the snowman gloves are green too. I think I need a wet wipe. I'm getting this green all over. How's everybody's day been going? It's Wednesday. We made it to the middle of the week. Love that. And tomorrow is Thursday. And if you don't know what that is, here in the U.S., Starbucks is having a half-off sale. No, I'm not affiliated. I don't whatever. I'm just kind of excited for the yay part of that. Anytime I can get Starbucks on sale is a yay for me. So, and if you don't like Starbucks, maybe your local coffee stand will have a sale of some sort. Green. Did I want to paint this snowman's gloves green? Now, when you paint these little figurines with distress paints, it kind of reminds me of course, Tim Holtz has a huge love for all things vintage. So it definitely reminds me of those plastic lighted snowmen that used to be around in the 70s at Christmas time. And so it's okay if your colors are kind of chipping off a little bit, if you want it to have that vintage vibe. I guess I could be a little more on camera. Sorry, guys. I try to do better to be on camera, but as most of you know, I am visually impaired. And I use my phone as an accessibility device, which doesn't help when I'm trying to film. At least it doesn't help you guys. Okay, here we go. That's why we needed brown. He has a broom. So I'm going to have to paint the broom. What is he? That's like his buttons right there. Okay, so we'll do those in black soot. We'll put these gloves in green. And I like to work on most of mine at the same time. All these things that, you know, if I need distress paint, I want to get the distress paint out. I want to get it all done. And then I can have all of these little pieces ready to go when I start assembling the actual trays. So the vignette trays you can purchase. They are Tim Holtz products. They're all handcrafted, which I love because then it gives them that, just that look of handmade project. There are other brands of little trays and things you can get out there. They're just a wooden box, basically. You're enjoying watching while you recover from whatever ick. Oh, no. You love Tim Holtz and love this project. Yes, these are fun projects. I hope you feel better soon, and I'm glad I can be here to help you recover and heal. Sometimes they show things on Tim Holtz's lives when they're doing all of the Makers Makes, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. I don't even know where I would start because there's so many things. So this kit that Paula Cheney put together is wonderful because it kind of helps you, it does all the shopping for you, so you don't have to worry about, well, I need this for my project, but I can't find it. Everything comes in the box. All the shopping is already done, which is fantastic. And it pulls all the pieces together. It's already someone's wonderful idea, so, you don't get to take credit for the planning of the project, but that doesn't matter in the end result when you're holding this beautiful Christmas craft, and you can say, look what I made. How awesome is this? Okay, so we're going to let him dry. Moved North Homestead, hello and welcome. I love that you are all here with me today. Okay, we are going to be done with green, and we're going to move on to another color. I'm excited to see this lumberjack plaid on lots of things. And then black soot is a little thinner. If you've never worked with distress paint before, it is a little thinner. The viscosity of it, or the thinness of it, is a little thinner, but the black soot is designed to be even more thin than the other paints, and that's just because the way that Tim wanted it to react with some of his products. So if you've never played with them before, just go in expecting it not to be regular acrylic paint, because of course if you don't have this kit and you have some Tim Holtz goodies and you don't have distress paints, you can of course paint with acrylic paint on these as well. It might not react the same way, but you'll still get red in the end. Okay, so let's color this little soldier guy red. A lot of him is red. And again, the kit said to use candy apple red. I'm being a rebel and using lumberjack plaid because that's what I have. Yep, all the way up to his neck. For me, it really helps. I'm visually impaired, so it really helps to have the photos. I can see where all is supposed to be red, and where all is supposed to be whatever color. Now, of course, if you don't want your little soldier to have a red top, you can paint it whatever color you would like. They are simply just there to guide you along and give you some suggestions. And if you make any mistakes here, you can wipe it away while it's still wet. You can put on as many layers or coats as you would like. And I think they're fun. These are so fun too. Now, if I just saw this in a package at the store, I don't know that I would necessarily buy them. But it is cool once you can see it in a project, see it used, and go, okay, yep, now I get it. Now I'm in. And I think that is with a lot of designers today. Like, they have to make a mock-up so we can see what their vision was for it. I am just not doing well at staying on. There we go. Okay, we'll turn it so that I can let you guys see my poor painting skills today. I hope everyone is staying warm and well. I know there's some some illnesses going around, and the cold is starting to come, which is probably why people are getting sick. And also that flu season time will be happening. So, I'm not a doctor. I can't really advise you, but I am beefing up on vitamins and trying to stay hydrated and hoping that will help get me through. Just give me a pass on any of that sickness going around. Wash your hands a lot, especially as you're out there shopping and doing all the things. I really like this kit. I didn't have to go anywhere to get it. I had just purchased it online. It came in the mail. And then if you buy nothing else to craft for the holiday season, you can just make this. Even if you want to make it for someone else, you just want to have the fun of playing with all of the things. Super fun way to make some Christmas crafts. Now, what color? His pants are black here, so if I mess up a little bit around the edges, that's okay. The black will cover it, I think. And for me, that really helps a lot. Like I said, having the picture guide, knowing where the lines are, and what am I supposed to color this color, and all those things. Now, I have read over these instructions for this kit about 6 times. And before I've gotten the nerve to start. So, and finally, you just have to jump in. It's just like creating a junk journal. I get people that tell me all the time, oh my gosh, I'm still studying. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of book I want to make. And I'm still collecting all of the things and doing all these things. And I'm just too nervous to start. And at some point, you just have to jump in and go for it. And know that it probably will not be the last book you ever make. So, it doesn't have to be perfect all of the things. If you're making a junk journal or making some sort of a project like this, probably won't be the last one. So it's okay. Just jump in and get going. At some point, you just have to start. I know it is a hard thing. I remember years ago, I've been paper crafting for well over 25 years now. And I do remember, I think some of that was like, a little different because I was a younger girl, a much younger girl. And I think when you are a kid and you're doing art, sometimes it's a little less intimidating because you're just like, oh, this will be fun. And you're just good to go for it. But, as we get older, we're like, ooh, that looks a little scary. What if I mess up? What if this? What if that? And like I said, at some point, you just have to get going. These pieces feel really cool. I don't know what they're made out of. I'm sure maybe it says on the packaging. They almost feel like some dominoes that I had. They're kind of solid feeling, plastic or something. I don't know. Kind of cool. A little bit difficult to paint, but I think, like I said, Tim Holtz loves all things vintage. So, if your paint doesn't stay on here, that helps with the vintage look. So maybe it'll have some chipped paint. Maybe it'll have some darker colors here, some thinner colors there. And that all of it just helps with the vintage vibe. I love this lumberjack plaid color. I was really hesitant to buy it because I don't typically do a lot with red because it's very hard to work with, very hard to match up. But since I've had this color, I play a lot more with red. Where is everyone today? Last week we had not last week, the week before, we had a pretty good turnout here on YouTube Live. And this week there's 6 of you, which I am so happy you're here. So happy you have decided to join me. while I start working on this kit. I'm not sure what Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage is going to be doing tonight. Hopefully she's still able to go live. Our collective is really small. Last week Leah was able to go, but I wasn't because Wednesday was the day that we all got together with my family for Thanksgiving. So again, I hope everybody had a wonderful holiday, however you chose to spend it. I hope you were with the people you wanted to be with. I know I was with family, and I know sometimes when we have these holidays, we remember those that are not with us. And of course, I was remembering that too. I really missed my grandma around the holiday time. But I did have a beautiful blessing of a brand new grandbaby to celebrate with. And it was wonderful to get to spend time with her. And then my 19-month-old grandbaby was there, and that was just so much fun. She is just a ball of energy ready to go, and we had so much fun just watching her and being with her. All right, so that guy's going to sit there to dry. Now, these, of course, are metal, but we're going to... Oops, there is some green leaves on here, I just noticed. I was going to paint them all red. There is some leaves in there. Right there. Did you guys see them? I was just noticing on the picture over there that these do have some green leaves. There's 3 of them. So one there, and one there. So I'll do my best not to paint them red first. But if you do, no worries. You can be happy having a fuller poinsettia. Or you can just go over it with some green paint as well. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so these are more flower petals over here. And of course, this is metal, so if you want to color these in with alcohol inks, you absolutely can do that. Maybe you don't have this color red distress paint, or maybe you don't have a red distress paint at all. You can definitely... Hey, there's Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage. I hope you're able to join us tonight on the collective here. This is... Christy is our host for the Artistry Collective. She gathered us all together and keeps us going each week. No worries. I know. I was just saying we are a small collective, so if something comes up family-wise, we all just kind of give each other grace and work together to. Sometimes we have to sit out on a live, and that's okay. There we go. I love that little holly leaf. Give it some little holly berries. And I might even use some of my Christmas red stickles to give some extra sparkle. All right, we're going to paint those holly leaves. Oh, look how pretty that is. Now that mauve lung color is kind of reminding me of Grinch vibes there. But we're going to grunge it up here a little bit afterwards. So we can put some Distress crayon to kind of tone it down a little bit. Like I said, it was supposed to be Rustic Wilderness, so if you do want a darker green, there are other greens available. Hi, Debbie! Thank you. Yeah, she's been a true joy. My daughter is doing better now. My daughter is a high risk. She was a high risk pregnancy, but all seemed to work out. She's having some struggles getting her blood pressure back under control after giving birth, but otherwise is doing well. And the new grandbaby, her name is Sophia, and she's just absolutely beautiful. Of course, I'm a little biased, but that's okay. Okay, we're going to paint just a little bit in here too. Try to get all sides. And we'll set that back down before I pull much more of it off. And I try to keep my fingers as clean as I possibly can, but, just remembering to wipe them before I touch the next thing. That's what counts. And most of these, this one you distress with some steel wool. I didn't bring that out this time, but so if you miss some spots or you have some spots missing, it's just going to be okay. Oh, thank you for sharing to the Facebook group. Yay. So the project I'm working on, for those of you that just joined me, is actually a kit by Paula Cheney. It's to make a beautiful vignette display. So kind of a mixed media project using using all things Tim Holtz. Paula Cheney is one of Tim Holtz's right-hand ladies. She's been around for so many years. I remember seeing her with him at the conventions and things, and always admired her work. Okay, so we're going to try and get a good coverage on this knob, though, even though it is going to be distressed. I still want it to be mostly red. And I love this red for Christmas colors. It's just such a nice red. Okay, and you can see it's not taking a lot of paint at all to paint these things. I've just been using the paint from the lid there that I have. What's nice about these kits also, they are limited, first of all. I guess I should tell you that. I bet she's probably already sold out. Usually by the time I've ordered and closed the email, they're already sold out. I don't know how many she makes, but she does sell out every single time. And yep, train of thought is just gone. Choo-choo, it left. Like I said, what's really cool about these is if you don't know how to group things together or pull all of this stuff together, or maybe you're someone like me, when you go there you're like, I want one of everything, or maybe you're the opposite and you're going, I don't really think I like that or would use it. It takes some of that thought, creative craziness out of it. You can still make it your own. You can still add your own touches. If there's a box you don't like, or you want to change, you absolutely can do that. There's room for that. But it does take some of that hardship out of learning how to work on a mixed media project, or even where to go about starting, because sometimes there's just so much available out there on the market. So many things cluttering your mind and creative space, and it's nice to have instruction sheets of like, okay, first do this, then do that. And if you're not a shopper, or maybe you don't have access to a lot of the things, all that shopping is already done for you. So it's so nice. Everything comes in the kit, and you know you're going to have what you need, and you can just start working on the crafts. Okay, I think I'm going to sit that one down to dry for a minute because I'm getting paint everywhere. Feel like I've painted it to the point of where it needs to just sit there for a second. All right, now we're going to see if I can paint the scarf on the snowman. Oh boy. Hopefully his little gloves have dried. And we're going to distress him too, so it's okay if it's not perfect. I think that's what I love about distressing, is that you can just do your best and don't worry about it. Of course, I'm using a smaller paintbrush, trying to have the right tools to do my best as well. That way I can try to get the little details. Sometimes I don't see them all very good though, so sometimes it takes a couple tries for me to get it right. And that's also another reason I love these kits, because I can see a photo of it colored the way that I'm trying to paint it. So that's nice. The kit last year had one of these too. The figures, though, this year are made available in 2 sizes, which I thought was pretty cool. So if you don't like these bigger ones, there is smaller ones out there. Now those won't come in the kit. The kit will just have what you need to make the kit the way that it is. But if you want to put something else, maybe you have, maybe you've already colored your trees, you can use trees that you already have, or you know, other figurines or other backgrounds. Maybe you have different backdrops. Maybe you have the ones from last year. Yeah, you can just, you know, you can do, oops, look at that. I got green on the back of his hat. That's all right. It peels right off. And we're going to paint that hat black, so it'll be okay. It will be okay. Where do we go to see if kits are available? Let me grab her little card. What did I do with it? I showed a card at the beginning that had Paula's name on it. Did I leave it out? What did I do with her little card? I think it's oneluckyday.net. She has a blog. Yep, so if you watch the replay, at the very beginning, I showed her cute little card, and it was like a Christmas-looking thank you card. I can't find it right this second, but her website is on there. I believe it's oneluckyday.net. And I always just sign up for her email list, and then she sends me, like me personally, no. She sends out emails and tells you when the kits are available. And, you know, you don't have long to think about it. Like I said, usually by the time I get the email, I go, yep, I want to buy it. I open it, I purchase it, and then usually not long after that, they're sold out. So this has already been purchased and shipped to me, so I am pretty sure they're sold out. I would be shocked if they're not. But if you don't have the kit, you can always purchase the vignette trays and all of the little pieces on your own and put something together similarly. There's lots of videos on YouTube of putting together vignettes and mixed media projects. Christy from Christy's Crafty Cottage is amazing at that kind of thing. All right, give him a good scarf here. Oh, look, I didn't paint any on this side. Oh my goodness. He needs to have a full neck. If you're gonna have a scarf, it should go all the way around. I have been living in my scarf lately. And we don't even have snow. I'm in Western Washington. There's no snow just yet. But it has been very frosty here. The grass has frozen over just about every morning for the last little while here. So it definitely is colder. Not complaining, because I know some of my friends around the States and in different parts of the world definitely have a lot of snow. So, and it's not even officially winter yet. I think we're still in the fall season here. Okay, so try to rinse out my brush. These are, hello there, welcome. These are the Tim Holtz figurines. Let me see if it says what they are made out of. They feel plastic, almost like a, I don't know if they're resin. Large figures used in holiday products. It doesn't say what they are. If you go to timholtz.com, like it says here, this is the product number on these little statues. TH94361. It might tell you more details about them. They're definitely not ceramic. They almost feel like a cross between resin and plastic. So, they are fun to paint though, and I'm painting them as instructed from this kit made by Paula Cheney. So here, I'll show you guys the picture. This is what the whole kit will actually make. It'll be a standing vignette tray. So all of these little areas are reseated in kind of like a little shadow box, is what we used to call them back in the day. Now they're called vignette trays. Oops, I forgot to paint this one red. My little marquee metal sign. Now these are metal. So these little figures down here are pieces. They're not really figures. These little pieces down here are all metal, and I'm painting them with distress paints. And then these, the red ones, like this sign, this little Christmas sign, and then the knob, and some of the bells will be distressed with some steel wool to kind of get the color to be a little more distressed looking. They are resin. Thank you. Yes, that's why I said they kind of felt like a cross between resin and plastic. So I guess resin makes sense. Yeah. So much fun to work with. I'm glad my sensory feelers weren't too far off. I never mean to tell you guys anything incorrect, but we only know what we know until we know more of what we didn't know before. You are scaring me with the open red paint. Oh, no, it's okay. It's over there. I will close it before I do anything else. I promise. But I do have a rule in my craft space. I have cup holders, and anything without a lid definitely goes into those cup holders. So I completely understand. Oh. Now, in this kit, she did suggest using candy apple red for the distress paint. But I am using lumberjack plaid because it is my favorite red. And I don't even think I have candied apple red in my distress paint colors in my own personal collection here. So, yes, I know I'm moving around. And I'm visually impaired. So, geez, 3 strikes. I need to close that paint. But it is nice that you don't have to use a lot of paint to get coverage on these pieces. These are metal, so your distress paint will color metal. They will color resin, probably would color plastic. Any of those things that you might use like an acrylic paint on, but like I said, the viscosity of these paints is a little thinner, and it's designed to be that way. Now, if you want to go learn more about distress paints and all the chemical makeup and all that stuff, I suggest you go watch Tim Holtz on one of his demo lives when he was demoing a lot of his products. You'll learn so much. And some people say, well, I just want to craft. I don't want to learn all of that. But sometimes just learning how a product works or is supposed to work can help you craft. Knowing that it's going to be a little bit thinner will help you to go, oh, geez, what is wrong with this paint? Why is it so thin? You'll know that it's designed to be that way. And it really does work great that way. So then you can get some good distressing going on. And of course, if you don't like the streaked look or you don't like it as thin as I have it here, you can let it dry and put another layer on. You can get full coverage with distress paint. I'm not saying that you can't, but it is designed for distressing, which is awesome because if you don't paint perfectly or you struggle maybe to get all the edges or whatever, it definitely gives you that little bit of grace, and I love that. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to let this dry, and then I'll come back and do some little touching up here. Look at that. We'll close the paint before we spill any red paint, but now I'm going to open the next one. So we're not safe. Oh, okay. Then again, I try to make sure I have really cleaned my fingers up a little bit before I go to the next color, because otherwise I just transfer the paint from this project to that one. I usually don't have liquids hanging out at my desk. Like I don't have a paintbrush water because I probably would spill it. So I use my squirt bottle and a baby wipe. Just do my best to get it clean. And the next color I'm going to use is going to be Uncharted Mariner, I think. Do I want to do that one first? I need to do a little ring around his hat. Do I want to paint it black first? And then do the ring? Or do I want to do the ring and then paint the hat? Decisions. I think maybe I'll paint the little ring first. You like the idea of the squirt bottle. Yeah. I always have this here because I'm using it for my distress inks and so forth. And then I don't have to have a bottle or any kind of container of water hanging out, and I can still rinse my stuff. So, ooh, that is a skinny line around his hat. I did one of these last year, and I don't remember it being this skinny. Eek. And I think I'm still working on the edge. I always seem to work on the edge. Sorry, guys. I am a little slow at some of these finer details. Now, there's all kinds of fun things that go into this project, like using the little jars and making them full of snowballs and candies and all the Christmas things. So I'm super excited to make some of those fun things too. Now, we don't typically do a ton of decorating at my house for Christmas. We used to decorate outside, but we get massive wind. We live in a valley, and it just destroys everything I put outside, no matter how much I tack it down. And then inside, we have cats, so... and we don't spend Christmas here anyways. We go to my mother-in-law's, so... It is sometimes a little sad we don't have Christmas decorations out, but creating fun things like this really allow me to still take part in the Christmas decorating, and Christmas crafts really help get me through. Okay, so the edges of this, I'm going to paint it black, the hat black, so if I've missed a little bit, it'll be okay. There we go. Now we'll close this paint. I only allow myself to open one at a time, and that's why I don't want them to spill. But I usually am pretty okay. I'm careful. And I managed to do okay. Famous last words, right? Now you can hear this one shakes more than some of the other ones because it is thinner. And it's designed that way. So like these ones, it doesn't have that as much shake. So this black is definitely thinner, but it's supposed to be that way. I'm gonna spray this brush off. Now, I was tempted to work in one of my junk journals for today because I'm working on several Christmas ones. But I thought this would be a fun... Oh, you found me through Rach and Bella Crafts, the Christmas craft off. Awesome. Yeah, I was going to work on my Secret Santa book, but I've been really wanting to get this project started. So this is a fun way to start working on it. Well, I'm so glad you're here. Welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to my creative space. All the things. Okay. And I think it's fun to go live here on YouTube as well. I typically do lives on Facebook. But it's so nice to do some lives here as well and get to know some of my YouTube friends. So if you want more lives... I do a live every Monday and Tuesday on my page on Facebook, same name. You can find me over there. I oftentimes will do live sales as well over there. And I kind of just have fun across all the platforms. I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok. But the two platforms I am on the most is YouTube and Facebook. And I'm on Rach and Bella Crafts design team, so I usually will take part in just about every collaboration that Rachel offers, and she's such a lovely lady. I love working with her and all of her beautiful designs. And she just has a way of bringing all the creatives together, and I love that. And then I've been blessed to meet some really great friends across the platforms, and that's how I met Christy, who is from Christy's Crafty Cottage, and she's created this collaboration, which is the Artistry Collective. And we're a smaller group of ladies, and we kind of like it that way. We all get along really well, and we all work together really well, which is wonderful. And we're trying to do these weekly lives here on YouTube to help us branch out from Facebook. And I actually started more on YouTube than Facebook, so it's nice that I can kind of give back as well to those ladies. I can kind of give them some of my knowledge, and we all just kind of share and ask each other questions and help each other along. And so it's really great. It is a crazy online world out there. And as a creator, it's like there's just so much to know. Even just hitting that live button is different here. YouTube requires you to fill in more things than Facebook does. And can be confusing and a lot to learn, especially when they do updates and they change things. And it's nice to just have a small group that you can go, hey, how do I do this? Can you please help me? And we all help each other and brainstorm together, and it's absolutely wonderful. So, they say certain things take a village, and it is really nice to have a village, even if it's a small one, to help you be an online creator. All right, so you can see working with the black soot, when you first put it on there, it kind of separates a little bit because it's a lot thinner, but you just have to keep at it and it will cover. Now, I know maybe watching paint dry isn't so fun, but hopefully I can keep you entertained as I'm crafting along here. And it is nice to see the different things that you can paint with your distress paint, be it resin or metal or paper. I'm sure you could paint wood pieces as well, chipboard, all the things. And I just kind of keep going back over the pieces to get the coverage that I want. And we are going to distress this, so it's not terribly imperative that you have full coverage anyways. The idea is for it to look a little vintage, like the paint maybe is crackling and those sorts of things. So you can see here in the photo, if we look up close at his boots on those ones, see how that's like little chippy bits of paint. So, you kind of want that. And even his uniform up here are there's little skippy bits of paint there. And then here, she used a steel wool to kind of scuff it up a little bit, make it look more vintage-like. All right, so let's try and do his hat while I let the soldier dry just a little bit so that I can do his hat. I used to paint ceramics when I was a little girl with my mom and my grandma. Loved that whole process. My mom worked at a ceramic shop that was on an army base. She was a civilian employee, but I got to go there with her sometimes and make all of my own things from the slip. You pour it into the mold, and you clean the greenware, and then you fire the ceramics and make it, so that it's ceramic from the slip, the thin slip material, or I guess it'd be more of a medium. So the whole process I got to take part in, which was absolutely fun and wonderful. Okay, so now here is where I can kind of do some cleanup work, where I got a little bit of green and some extra Uncharted Mariner there. I can kind of fill it in with the black and just kind of cover up some of those little mistakes. So this kind of painting kind of brings me back to those ceramic days. We used to paint all kinds of things, from dishes to ornaments and little yard figurines. And I did once make a big teddy bears picnic display and entered it in a contest. That was a statewide contest, and I won for my age category, which was awesome. I won a trophy and all the things. So lots of years of painting, making fun stuff. And I think it's awesome when you have a crafty family, because you can all kind of have something in common together, some kind of common interest. Okay, so there, oh gosh, look at this brim of his hat. I have to paint this all the way around. I thought, well, there we go, I'm done. And then I just realized, no, he's got more. There's more to his hat. Now see, that is a little frustrating when you put that on there and it just clears away to the edge. So you just have to keep going back over it to get it to set everywhere. And I suppose if you didn't have these paints, you could use like some alcohol markers or Sharpie markers. Definitely would get a different look though. But you know, sometimes you just got to use what you have. And what your abilities allow, but definitely try it out first. I mean, if you don't like it, you can always get it to come off of here. It's interesting to watch how this paint responds. You put it on there and it like all the way to different areas than where you put it. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always good at buying the Tim Holtz things, and then they go into my stash. And then a lot of times I just don't use them. They just stay there. I'm kind of afraid to use some of them sometimes, because I feel like, oh my gosh, if I use it, it's going to be gone and I can't get any more. But it's such a great feeling when you can put together a vignette like this and you've got all these beautiful pieces that all just come together to make such a fun project. And sometimes you might not even know what it is that you're putting together, unless if you buy one of these, a kit like this. And I think there's other designers that sell kits as well. But I really love Paula Cheney's work, and her designs are just brilliant. You can see some of her work from the Makers site as well. If you go to timholtz.com, you can click on Makers, and you'll be able to see some of her work there as well. Now, see the back of his hat, I got a little bit crazy there. It went a little bit far down, but we're not even going to see the back of his head. He's just going to be hiding there in the tree, so I'm not going to worry about it. I was just going to take that baby wipe and kind of clean it up, but only ones that are going to know are you and me. Yeah, absolutely. You could use acrylic paints. I have learned to have this much patience, mostly when I lost my eyesight, because the way I was used to doing things, I've had to learn new ways. So patience wasn't always something I was gifted with. It's definitely been something that has been growing on me here, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we also need to paint his little carrot nose and the little stones. on the front of him, and we've still got to paint this hat. So this is a project. When you get this project, you're probably not going to finish it all in one sitting, just because things are going to have to be assembled and painted, and will need to dry. So don't rush yourself. Just really enjoy the process, and take your time, and all of the things. Now, normally we are a collective, so there would be someone after me, which would be Leah from Make All Things With Me. And she is traveling, so she couldn't be with us tonight. She thought she was going to be able to, but she cannot, so she won't be here tonight. But go show her YouTube channel some love. Go subscribe, like, do all the things. Maybe watch a different video. That one got a little crazy, and I like that I can still just wipe it off and try again. And then after her is Christy's Crafty Cottage. We almost always go in the same order. So you can still definitely go watch her in an hour. Support her channel as well. Give it a like and thumbs up and subscribe. Turn on the bell. Do all of those YouTube fun things. And I hope to be back here with you guys. I don't know what our theme will be next week, but usually I can tie in whatever I'm working on to meet those themes. And I hope to show you guys more of my progress for this wonderful project. I hope you have enjoyed hanging out here with me. My time is actually up. I'm still just going to keep painting here for a few more minutes, because I know we don't have Leah tonight. So I'll hang out with you guys for just a little longer, unless if Christy is ready to go. She could go early if she wanted to. We can kind of fill in the gap for Leah, who's traveling. There we go. Ugh. There are his little buttons. Yeah, his little buttons are supposed to be this color. I will probably have to paint them again. And then this guy has a belt. Ooh, I can't even really see it. So we're going to just, we're going to try to paint it in there. I think it's between this one and this one. So yeah, see, even where I was thinking it was supposed to go, it wasn't, but that's all right. I'm just going to kind of make it up as I go along. I do a lot of that. Which doesn't always work in my favor, I have to say. There we go. That looks all right, though. I'll give him a little bit of a belt on the other side. Does anybody else like to do these vignette trays? If you are watching on the replay, let me know in the comments if you've made any vignette trays. You don't have to make them for Christmas crafting. There are some really fun displays you can make using holiday piece, Halloween pieces. That's what I was trying to say. Or even other non-holiday related ones. There we go. Now I can see his little belt in the back. I think I just painted over it on the front side. But again, this back side isn't even going to be seen, because you won't see the back of him. Just the front. So I'll color it in just for myself, of knowing that it's colored in, but you don't really even have to. You could just paint the back all one solid color. We could have gone in with red. And that would have been fine. The reason I say to paint some of it is because you can see the sides when you move your project around. So you won't want to leave it completely blank, but you don't have to worry about getting it super perfect. Just have fun. It's supposed to be fun. All right, let's do his hat a little bit, and then we will call it a day. And I'll leave these things here to dry. And usually as I work on the kit, the other areas of the instructions that aren't the photos, so the printed portion of the instructions, I usually go along with a pencil and just kind of mark a little check mark by the number once I've completed things. And that kind of helps to keep me straight where I am, because I do it in different sittings each time. And like I said, sometimes it's really nice. I love designing my own projects as well, but sometimes it's really nice to just sit here and mindlessly craft to somebody else's instructions, which is wonderful. And in my area, a lot of times finding all the Tim Holtz pieces is difficult. So it's nice to be able to just purchase the kit and know it has everything I need in there. Okay, so you can see it's going to take a couple coats to get his hat nice and solid. And we'll just put that on there and let it dry. Now, put some on the back too, just because, like I said, we won't see the back, but you will be able to see the different sides as you turn the tray around. So, well, I'm sorry that this is mostly just watching me paint tonight, but it's watching me paint some different things, different materials. So I hope that's helpful to you. Even if you don't have one of these kits, you can know that you can paint all of these different ideology pieces that you can purchase with your Distress Oxide paints. And that they do take color very well. So there we go. Even if you have to put a couple of coats on, especially from this black soot. Okay, guys, that's going to be it for tonight. I have gone over my time just a little bit, but like I said, we didn't have Leah tonight. So go show her channel some love, though. She works very hard, just like the rest of us, trying to build up our channel and build up our following and all the things. So her channel is called Make All Things With Me. It's also in the description box. And then Christy's Crafty Cottage, I believe she's still going on later tonight. So her links are in my description box as well. So definitely go give those ladies a like and a thumbs up and a subscribe and turn on the bell and do all the things. And oh, you found it very soothing and relaxing to watch me. That's wonderful, Debbie. I'm so glad. I've been told I have one of those voices that's just pleasing to the ear for most. So I try not to be annoying. And hopefully you guys are okay with my commentary as I work along here. So we didn't get too far, but that's okay. Like I said, this packet comes with so many instructions, which is absolutely fantastic, because as you're working along, you're like, oh, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? And there's a complete written pieces that go with it. And then so many photos, which is absolutely fantastic. So down here, she tells you how to get started with the boxes and how to put in your papers in the trays and all of the things. But sometimes I like to jump ahead just a little bit and work on the pieces so that when she says, okay, now you're going to need your little soldier guy to put in here, mine is ready to go. So usually I will start assembling all of these little bits. And then once I have the trays all ready to go, I can just start putting them in. And I don't have to stop to assemble these. So so I work on it in several different stages, and that's okay. You know, it's not the project you're going to sit down and finish in one sitting. I suppose you could if you had that much time, but she gives you all the ideology bits that you need. She even sent a piece of stick, because we've got some little sticks in here to break up and put in that spot. And I can't wait to make some more of these fun things. So thank you guys for hanging out with me while I do that. And watch for us next Wednesday here on YouTube. We will be live. Again, we're trying to do them every week. Sometimes life gets in the way. So just give us that grace. We're all busy with families, and some of us have outside work and things going on, and travel and all the things that, you know, everybody has. But we try to put together a fun themed project for you guys, and it's something different because I'm really strongly into paper crafts. Christy loves her mixed media stuff, and she's been doing paper crafts and junk journaling as well. And then Leah does a lot of like house decor and DIY kind of projects, but she's also a paper crafter. So we have kind of united together to create some really fun crafts for you guys. And I hope you are enjoying it as much as we are. And thank you so much for joining us here on the Artistry Collective's live Wednesdays on YouTube. And I will see you guys next time. So go show some love to Leah's page in this little bit of a intermission, and then head on over to Christy's Crafty Cottage and check out whatever she has going on for us for this Christmas live event. So thanks, guys. It's been fun, and I will see you next week.